All right, we're rolling. Episode 13. This is today, April 19, day before April 20th. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what Nicole gonna do. I'm gonna do the same thing, which is not smoke, I guess, because I haven't done that in a long ass time. What are you doing for 420?
I'm getting high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna smoke a little.
You know what's funny to me?
Only because it's 420 though.
Is it treated the same as we treated back when we were in high school? I remember high school. 420 comes around, it's like this big holiday. Like the older you grow up, like the easier access you have to like marijuana. Is like, you know, how like is it treated like how it is like back in the days? Because I feel like it's not that like
not really, like
it's not like that big of a deal anymore.
Nah, not really. Like I would say, let me think. Like, yeah, when we was in high school and 420 was coming around, like,
right.
You gotta think about it. We're in high school. It's already hard.
It's
to
like,
weed.
oh yeah, we're the cool kids, and we actually gotta plan our 420. I remember senior year, everybody ditched on 420.
Yeah, everybody used to ditch.
That was like the senior ditch day.
Because like schools they knew 420. Like they know kids are gonna come in there high as shit.
Hey,
so it wasn't. You had like a barbecue. I didn't go that day.
Right? Was that on 420?
Yeah, that was on 420.
That was on 420.
I didn't go that day, but I remember you had like a barbecue.
That shit was so funny. My tiny ass house, at my tiny parents' house. Oh man, that was funny.
But I think it's different when you get older, because like when you're a kid and it's 420, like you get a lot of weed. I mean, people probably still do it now, but like me personally, I don't go and buy like a fucking ounce or anything. I'll probably just go buy like an
Henry rolled up like a 20-something inch like joint or whatever that one time. And then like I come think about it, when we were in the back of my house that day, I think we shared the same blunt with maybe like 20-something people. Maybe that's disgusting now. I'm thinking about it.
I'm surprised y'all didn't catch mono or nothing.
Huh?
I'm surprised y'all didn't catch mono or nothing.
I didn't catch anything. No. I think if we would have done now, we probably did. Back then, people weren't fucking like that. But if we were doing now, who knows?
That's so nasty.
There's a lot of people with a lot of STD probably. But anyways, all right, let's start with this past weekend. A lot of shit happened in sports.
You want to start off?
What really caught your attention? I know what caught mine.
Well, let's just get to it. I already know it's only two things you're either talking about right now. You're talking about Jake Paul and Ben Askren, or Ben Askew, whatever you want to call him.
Ben a what?
That's what the announcer called him in the fight.
Oh yes. He said that. I was like, did he not know his fucking last name? It's not that hard. Like,
see, I was tripping.
His last name is an American last name.
I was tripping because I thought I was spelling his name wrong, so I had to go and tweet him like, damn, because I tweeted something. I was like, damn, did I spell this dude name wrong?
What did he say?
Askew.
Askew. Man,
Askew.
I think they really played out to like fucking just screw Ben in the public eye in a way. He got his payday though, but okay, so you want to touch on that topic?
Yeah,
but before you touch on that topic, I just want to do like a quick summary of what I realized in sports is that like when it comes to sports, we all know is a business, right? But man, the more it becomes a business, like you can just kind of tell how money ultimately like disrespect like and bring down like the integrity of the sports in itself. And we kind of see that this weekend with boxing and and football. I'm gonna call it football. I'm not gonna call it soccer. Okay. And like
football.
Yeah, football. Yeah. Football. Yeah, no, but it's just we're starting noticing like how money it's really like hurting the image of the sport. So let's just start with the boxing, because I don't even know. Can we even consider this like a professional boxing match?
Yes.
It's Ben's first match.
Still a professional match, but here's the thing. So
I think it was a professional performance. The amount of fucking singer they had.
Man, I was so sick of seeing
Were you the one fine with Sweetie popping her ass on the stage and all the performances, or you were just like, man, I need to see the fucking fight?
I was trying to get to the fight. I didn't give a fuck. I don't even like Sweetie music like that. She good looking, but I don't like her fucking music, so I didn't care to.
Right.
So, I don't. That probably sounds misogynistic or whatever, but I'm sorry. I didn't care to see her. I didn't care to see Doja Cat. I didn't even care to see Snoop.
Yeah.
To be honest, like, I mean, it's good that they have the performers. Like it
didn't even feel like it just felt like a little like hip hop charity event put together or something.
Yeah, it felt
like it didn't even feel like a fight to me.
It felt exactly. See, last time I don't think it was this many performances when he fought Nate Robinson. This time, this felt like last time felt more like maybe like an amateur like boxing event. This time it felt more like a celebrity boxing event,
right? Because he was the main event. The last time it was Roy
Tyson.
Jones and Mike Tyson. Yeah.
But I don't know. It just felt a little too gimmicky to me.
Way too gimmicky. I like you got fucking drunk ass Oscar De La Hoya up there.
No, he was coked out and high.
Out of his mind. I like switched on. I was like, is he okay? And then I started noticing he's talking back to Snoop. I'm like, yo, somebody get this man a bottle of water because he needs some fucking water. He's drunk the fuck out.
Yeah.
Talking about some nonsense.
The Golden Boy was...
He was on one. He was fucking coked the fuck out.
He went skiing.
You know they were on hella drug in that thing.
Yeah, he went skiing that weekend.
You got Pete Davidson back there spitting jokes. You got
probably high off shrooms.
Jack Harlow walking around. Yeah, everybody was probably either smoking a lot, sniffing a lot of coke. Nobody looked like they took that shit serious, but the two broadcaster with
exactly.
Every time they try to talk with their broadcast voice, I'm like, dude, this is not it. Just talk with your regular ass voice. Like, it's
like
Triller.
Everybody else. Snoop out here cussing, saying on the set and shit. So you might as well just talk casual like everybody else.
Why are we treating Triller like it's HBO show or Showtime right now? Like, why?
But I just seen a clip. I guess Ben Askren, he went on that one dude that does the MMA shit, Ariel Harwani. I don't know how to say his name.
Yeah, Ariel Harwani.
He went on his show this morning, and he was basically saying like he knew he had no regrets. He was saying from the beginning he knew there was a chance he might go in there and get knocked out.
Right.
And he was saying like when he got up, he was telling the ref before the ref ended it. He was like, "Are you sure you want to end it?" And the ref was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Okay, well, I mean, fuck it, I'm out of here."
Yeah, no. So, do you think it's rigged? Because to me, that picture of Ben in real high quality, laughing with his wife, walking off the ring. I was gonna say cage, but walking off the ring. That boy don't look like he gave a fuck about losing.
Yeah, that was a bad look. I mean, like he said, he was saying, like he said in the interview with Harwani, he said. Right. I had no more fights after this. I got a good payday.
Right.
He said no matter if I won, lost, or draw, I was going back to my wrestling coach and podcast or whatever the shit he does. He said none of this mattered to him really. He said he didn't really give a fuck at all. He wanted to do it like it was fun. He got paid for it, but he said he really didn't care.
Right. And to be honest, it's coming from a guy who got kneed in like 3 seconds. I don't think it could be any worse. Okay, if you think it from a perspective of it's a YouTuber, but I'm like, dude, the way he got knocked out by Masvidal, there's no way you can get any it's no more embarrassing than that.
But it's like the two sides. He got that one knee from Jorge Masvidal.
Right.
And then I seen clips on YouTube after he got knocked out by Jake Paul when he was fighting somebody else, and he was basically just hammer fisting this dude the whole time, and he was eating all those punches. So it's like, if you could take all them hits.
But the thing is, boxing.
It's different.
Once you get dropped. It's hard. They're not gonna let you get up. They got to do the whole count and all that. And in MMA, you're gonna take a beating until
the ref thinks that you are pummeled.
And low key, that ref kind of just was like, "All right, it's over." And I'm like, "No, like, I mean, he could still go. I mean, it's okay. I guess it's okay if you end the fight, but it's still also okay if you let him try to continue. It was his first knockdown."
Exactly. But I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say it's rigged because I mean, I don't know. Iron Jake was out there doing his thing, man. Jake Mayweather, he was out there balling. So I don't know, man. But I wouldn't be shocked if it was rigged.
Well, I mean, I keep seeing he's getting. I keep seeing the purse is $500K or $1 million. I'm not sure which one it is. I keep seeing two different things. So like, I'm not gonna sit here and like confirm that he either pulled $500K or $1 million. But I'm thinking $500K might be too cheap.
I see something that said they made off of the pay-per-view.
Right, 75 mil when you total it up.
Still counting too.
So if it's currently, if it's 75 mil, he has to get pay-per-view points somehow, some way. I don't think he's dumb enough to do the fight. Yeah, Ben.
Oh, he for sure got pay-per-view points.
Yeah. There's no way he would have signed a contract without pay-per-view points. So I think at the end of the day, maybe he got paid $500K up front, but it's going to be a buckload in the back, and he's probably like an easy work day. He's getting at least $5 million.
Which is exactly why he didn't care whether he won or lost.
Right. I mean, would you take a punch? Like, get knocked out, a little embarrassed for $5 million?
No, I got dignity.
You got what?
Dignity.
You got dignity?
Yeah, I'm not getting knocked out for $5 million. If I think I'm gonna win the fight, I'm gonna take the fight. I'm not just gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna just go in there.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna be there to fight. I'm gonna be there to win.
Yeah, I'm there to win. If I lose, then fuck it. I'm still getting paid, but I'm not just gonna like go in there to take a dive.
But what if you lose in that fashion though?
Then I lost. I still got paid, but
yeah. See, so whatever happens, you can't like sit back like fuck. I shouldn't took the fight. You're like, you know what? Fuck it, I lost. But hey, I'm still getting a payday.
But like even through the whole fight, the announcers and Snoop was all them saying it was like Ben gotta like change that whatever fucking stance he was doing this shit.
Right.
That shit was not working. He was getting,
if anybody know anything about Ben, he can't punch a living thing. He can't. He has no skill stand up wise. So
I don't get why he took the fight. That's my thing.
Well, he took the fight because nobody else at the time could have took the fight, and I think he took the fight just because Jake wanted somebody easy so that he can build more hype. Mm-hmm. I mean, literally, this boy career will end with one loss.
I don't think so.
If he fights somebody who's an amateur boxer or a professional boxer, that's it.
I don't think so. Because his brother's about to fight Mayweather.
Oh, he about to get mopped.
And he's going to lose.
He ain't about to get mopped.
He's going to lose. But
the thing
his career's not going to be over.
But the thing is, Mayweather is so much smaller. I don't understand the size discrepancy between Logan and Mayweather. They're like, Logan is much bigger.
You got to think about it. It's an exhibition celebrity fight. So
they still got to kind of cut weight, though.
I get it, but it's a little fluctuation in the weight class.
I know, but I believe in Mayweather. He gonna show up. He's gonna show out. I don't know if he's gonna knock out.
No, he's not gonna.
He's not gonna knock out Logan, but he's probably gonna embarrass him, try to school him a little bit. But yeah, back to Jake. I don't know, man. I won't take him serious until he fight a fighter with some sort of like boxing skills. Or just even stand up. Like you can't take him serious, or you can't call him. I'm not gonna call him professional boxers just because he's been fighting scrubs.
That's fair. Like I do want to see him fight somebody who actually has, even if it's another MMA fighter.
Right.
I want to see him fight somebody who has a boxing background. I don't want to see him fight another wrestler,
right. And if anybody want to talk about Ben was an MMA fighter, okay, he was an MMA fighter, but this last fight he got knocked the fuck out really bad. Then he went to retire and he was just sitting on his couch doing nothing but podcasting and some other shit. Wasn't really working out. Sure, he took it.
Hey, I was wrong. Jake.
Sure, he took it serious for like a month or two to train for this fight, but there's no way you can learn how to box in a month.
Nah, hey, Jake proved me wrong because I for sure was one of those people saying, it's an MMA fighter. He's about to pulverize him. And look, this man got knocked out.
He can't take him down.
I'm thinking that he still knows has some type of striking history, but I was wrong.
Man.
He got took out in like 40 seconds.
I will give it. Jake knows the fundamental of boxing. He has the technique, the fundamental technique, sure. But he hasn't fought more than 2 rounds. And if just somebody take him to the deep water into the 4th or 3rd, even 3rd or 4th,
he might get gassed.
He might get gassed because that boy is trying to throw in a lot of punches in like a lot of powers in his punches. And if they just kind of like let him kind of punch it out, or if they counter him, kind of give him like a few. All it takes is that he takes a few good pop, and now he's like you kind of fuck up with his head. Now he's not so cocky, and then he's kind of gonna go YOLO a little bit, empty the gas tank, and then you just back him in corner and you just let it rip, and that's how you take him out. I can guarantee you an amateur boxer will take him out any day.
I think so. The thing with Jake is like with the training and stuff, you could tell from his first fight when he fought KSI to now, like his technique. He
fought KSI? I thought it was just Logan.
Then who would he fight his first fight?
I don't know who it was, but KSI didn't fight him. It was Logan.
Oh, it was Logan that fought KSI?
Yeah, it was Logan.
So whoever Jake fought from his first fight, because he's 3-0 now. So whoever he fought from his first fight to Nate to now, you can tell, you can see like how his fundamentals have grown. Like, I mean, that's a fucking, that's kind of a reach, seeing that both his last 2 fights ended in the first round in under a minute. But just like you can, looking at the training and shit, I've seen like his fundamentals got better, but he still is he's still inexperienced when it comes to boxing. He's still very predictable. Right. Like you said, even an amateur boxer might fuck around and pick him apart.
Right. No, they will. I want to
see it.
I
like his confidence. Though.
I have no doubt.
Like
I have no doubt that an amateur one will pick his shit and will tear his ass apart. I have no doubt. But going back to my little summary, it's like Nicole was watching it, and Nicole even was saying it's like, it's just embarrassing for the sport. The fact that like these people can these people can call themselves professional. Like, if this shit were happening in MMA, I'd be so mad. I don't care about boxing that much, but like MMA is like literally like my favorite sport. I don't know, between that and between that and European football, it's up there. So it's like, if I see that happening in MMA, I'll be so fucking pissed. But yeah, like boxing, like what the fuck are we doing? Like at the end, like does the best versus the best doesn't even matter now? You got YouTubers just pulling in 1.5 million.
Well, you gotta think about it. In boxing now, most of the best don't be afraid to face each other.
Right.
They be doing the Mayweather. They be trying to wait until dudes is out of their prime. I
blame that shit on all the promoters. It's all the promoters that get shit fucked up. Now, thank God we actually got Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, or else I would have been fucking pissed.
Shit, he was
ducking for some time too.
Anthony Joshua, he was ducking
Wilder.
I was about to say,
he was ducking Wilder for some time.
He's still been ducking. I don't even think they fought. So he basically still.
But you know what, Wilder flew off the mat with the last fight. I don't know.
I don't see why. I don't know. Like that one loss. I don't think his
mentality like gone like over the edge. Like there's no way. Like you could tell he couldn't take a loss. And as a fighter,
he's not a good loser.
As a fighter, it's hard to come back from that. Like if you can't take a loss as a fighter, you're probably never gonna win again. You know, because it's okay to fucking lose, but it's not okay to act the way you act and make excuses when you do lose.
That's true.
You know?
That's true.
So, whatever. So we're gonna put a cap on this boxing match. Who should he fight next? Who do you want him to see? Who do you want to see Jake fight next? Or actually, is that an important question? Because we don't really care. We didn't pay for the pay-per-view. If you pay for it, what the fuck are you doing if you pay for it? It's probably the little YouTube kids that like really care about it that pay for it. But man, I'm not paying for that shit.
If I want to see Jake fight anybody next, I can see Ryan Garcia taking that fight.
He's so much smaller though. Ryan Garcia got a fight coming up though.
I know. I guess like after this, and
I thought they were homies.
That don't mean shit. A lot of people in MMA and in boxing are friends, and they have to fight each other.
Not so much, but yeah.
I see MMA fights all the time where dudes is talking about like they good friends with this person and they fighting each other, and after the fight, even if one dude got his ass whooped, like they still hugging and embracing each other. It happens all the time. Like that has nothing to do with it. It's just about the pure art of. If Jake wants to really be considered professional, he needs to fight somebody who's really a boxer. I could see him fighting Ryan Garcia. I could see that happening.
Okay.
I wouldn't be shocked.
I don't really care who the fuck he fights.
I don't either, to be honest. I want to see it though.
I just want whoever he fights, show me his boxing professional record. He can be 4-0, 5-0, whatever it is. Actually, he should probably fight Tyson Fury little brother, Tommy. He's like
I don't even know what that is.
He's like 3 or 4-0 in boxing. He's a professional fighter. He should probably fight him, you know? Sell it as an undercard for the Fury fight. I don't know.
How much is Jake weigh? Like 200? He's in the 200 range?
Something like that.
So he's a heavyweight? Wouldn't he be a heavyweight?
I don't know. I think he was like 2 something.
He'd probably be like a light heavyweight.
What was he weighing? I didn't really look and pay attention.
He kind of tall. He's not short.
I don't know.
I'm looking it up right now too. Jake Paul is.
It doesn't fucking say.
Damn, he's only 24.
Yeah, no, he's young.
He's 6'1", and his weight is considered cruiserweight.
Cruiserweight.
Yeah, that's what he's considered.
140. That boy did not weigh 140.
6'1", 140. There's no way in hell he would look anorexic. That man is yoked since he started working out and doing boxing. Am I tripping?
I'm reading the wrong one.
Yeah, there's no way in hell.
It doesn't fucking say.
Well, cruiserweight is junior heavyweight, so that means he's probably like 185.
Yeah, no, he has to be 185 or 190
range, because if cruiserweight is also referred to as junior heavyweight,
I looked at the wrong one. My bad.
Good. Wait, it's cruiserweight, so it goes light heavyweight, then cruiserweight, then heavyweight?
I don't fucking know. Boxing has like 20 different weight classes. If you were talking UFC, I know exactly what weight classes. But when it comes to boxing, shit, that I don't know.
Yeah, right here.
Motherfucker gonna weigh what they gonna weigh.
Take this with a grain of salt. I'm getting this from Wikipedia, but it says cruiserweight, also referred to as junior heavyweight, is a weight class in professional boxing between light heavyweight and heavyweight. So that means, yeah, that's like 180, 190. Or that's probably like 190 to 200.
Probably, I mean, the way Ben was looking, that boy was eating good. Maybe he looked 200
Shit,
pounds.
Frank Mir looked big as fuck.
Frank Mir looked like a man.
He did not look that big in the UFC.
Frank Mir was eating. That boy was eating good.
He was enjoying retirement.
Yeah.
Salute to Frank Mir.
Jesus Christ, he got beat too. That was bad.
Yeah, he was getting, but that was his first fight. He didn't get knocked out. He went the distance, so I'm not mad.
Yeah, whatever. It wasn't that interesting in a fight. I was like,
yeah, it was kind of slow.
Yeah, I should we even talk about the real fight of the night? Since we're talking about fighting, the real fight of the night, Robert Whittaker and Kelvin Gastelum.
I seen a little of it because I tuned into it after
literally
the Jake Paul
pissed me off that I like spent like 5 minutes watching Jake when I literally was like on my feet, like what's gonna happen in the Robert Whittaker,
and I was like, fight for what I seen.
I was like, this is why I like UFC. This is why I love UFC, because regardless of how much Robert was dominating, any one good punch from Calvin, and he was landing. He wasn't. I was so frustrated because
scary.
Because he couldn't get the timing right, and Calvin didn't win the range battle, and I think that was like most of the fight because Robert was able to piece him up with a lot of jabs, consistently try the right head kick, landed one good one all right, and just piece him up, really like beat him every round. Took him down, I think, a few times. But yeah, no, I'm excited for the rematch with Adesanya, and I think that rematch is gonna be a lot different.
Who's getting Adesanya?
Whittaker. Yeah,
I think Adesanya still gonna win.
Yeah, I don't know. The way if Robert can just fight the way he fought Kelvin, don't rush in so that there's no chance for Adesanya to counterpunch, because Adesanya is pretty much a counter fighter. Yeah. And so the first fight, he kind of came in way too aggressive and he got clipped. And so if he can just fight him very meticulous next time, hit him with some nice leg kicks, be patient, really consistent with the jabs, maybe take him down here and there, I think Robert Whittaker can win that fight.
Different weight class, but he should take a page out of Francis' book, how he did Stipe. First fight, he came in there just basically aggressive, rushing, got gas. Right. Second fight that just happened, he was way more patient. He picked his punches. Right. He got the right punch and ended up knocking him out.
Yeah, and the thing with Adesanya, he's never gonna come out full blown. He's very, I'm gonna read you and I'm gonna counter. And I'm gonna strike when I want to.
He's a very defensive fighter.
He dictates the pace, and so you don't want to play into his hand. So yeah, no, the second fight is gonna be interesting. I can't wait for that fight. It's gonna fucking happen. Give me a second. Yeah, no, the second fight is gonna be good. What else in the weekend? Do we want to go to the big topic that I'm real passionate about? I don't know if you are as passionate about it as me, but
we could get on that. But before we get there, UFC 261, that's this weekend, right?
That's this weekend.
That's Connor. No, that's
no. Usman.
Yes, there we go.
Usman and Masvidal. But low key, that's not even the match I'm looking for. The match I'm looking for is
that's 264. My fault.
Yeah, the two girls fight. Jay Wei Ling and fuck, I forgot their name. I kind of got drunk off of this, but yeah, no, the two women's fight. I'm really excited about that. But you're gonna be. Oh, I can't say it on the podcast. Could I say it on the podcast?
No, don't say that.
Does she listen to the full episode?
I don't know.
Not? Okay,
I don't know.
never mind.
Can't say that yet.
Oh shit. There was no spoil. All right, let's get to the Super League. All right, so I'm real passionate about this because the start of the pandemic, right? I kind of fell out of love with basketball and football, and I just got really into soccer. And I'm a Chelsea fan, and I just follow them. Literally, I watch every game. I try to, and so I'm not a fan of this Super League, and just because we're in America, so I'm gonna explain this shit in basketball terms.
I was about to say, let's give them a background of what the Super League is before we get into it.
So I'm gonna explain this shit in basketball term, right? So in America, we have the NBA, we have football, the NFL, and we have the NHL, and we have MLB, right? We have usually 30 teams in each league.
Give or take, yeah.
Give or take. All right.
That's you about right.
And then we have a playoff system, right? Now, the difference between our system and the European soccer system that I think that is not as interesting as the European soccer football system is because there's no promotion or regulation. Okay?
In soccer or in the European football?
Yeah. So like if you lose, like if you're the Detroit Lion, you're like 0-16.
Oh, okay, I get you.
Or if you're the Jacksonville Jaguar, or you're the fucking Cleveland Cavaliers for a long time, you lose, you luck out with the number 1 draft pick, right? There's none of that shit in European soccer. Soccer. There's none of that.
In soccer, if you keep losing after a couple years, you're gonna get demoted from the Premier League to like the English League One or whatever that shit's called.
And so once you get demoted, like that's literally like you lose so many ad revenues, you lose
sponsorship,
you lose TV deals. There's a lot on the line once you're that like bottom 3 team. So like it takes and so much of winning is important, but also so much of like who's gonna get demoted is another fight. It's like if you're a fan of that team that's like on the brink of being demoted, like it's a fucking joy just to know that your team made it skated by without demotion. So and that doesn't happen here in the United States. So it's like all the teams can still pull in the same revenue, can still have the same TV deal, can still be in the NBA. Imagine if like the fucking Cavaliers suddenly got demoted and became a G League team, and one of the G League team got fucking promoted. You know, like
it'd be nuts.
It'd be crazy, like the amount of stake in that game, like the amount of series. There's no team that's gonna just to suck now.
Basically, like in American sports, like you. Maybe not so. I guess even with baseball and hockey too. Yeah, in American sports, like you get an incentive for losing, right? You get an incentive for coming,
which is the first round draft pick.
You guys sucked ass this year, so here's the first pick. Go get the best player.
Right.
Go get the best prospect in the draft, so you guys can start rebuilding. I get it, but I mean, it's not. No, I get it. It's not a bad system to use. It's to help teams. So it's more so to help. So the lower teams don't. I mean, it doesn't really work because the lower teams are still at the bottom. But that's the whole thing. It's supposed to help so the lower teams have a chance to build themselves up.
Right.
It's a little different from soccer, but the Super League, I don't know. It's. But see, that's the thing. Now with the Super League, so for you guys don't know, it's 12 of Europe's biggest soccer teams. So like Real Madrid, Liverpool, Barca, Juventus, Man U, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal. All these teams are basically forming,
except Bayern Munich,
and
PSG, and Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah, Dortmund, BVB. So pretty much, they're forming a league, and it's going to be these 12 teams, and they're going to be playing games in the middle of the week against each other, almost like UEFA, but it's only closed off to them.
So basically, they're forming a league to because them and UEFA were in a contract negotiation. Basically, they just came out and just slapped UEFA right at their face and say, we're going to create this league, and we're basically not even going to join your UEFA Champions Leagues. And if you know anything about UEFA Champions League, it's a fucking big deal. And my team is facing Real Madrid in the semi-fucking-finals. It's a fucking massive game. And they're basically just saying, no, fuck you. Like, we're going to create our own league. But the thing is, like, now, they're saying it's good for football, but it's really not. It's really about the money because they don't want the little teams to be getting any funds from that pie of of being in the Champions League. You know, like they're sick and tired of splitting money with other teams that somehow make it every year. But now, when they do this, it takes away from the whole fun of football. It's because if you were to compare the football system to America, I would say the NCAA tournament. Now, the NCAA tournament, every year you see that college team.
It's always a Cinderella story.
It's a Cinderella story, right? And so every time when I watch my Chelsea play, we're playing Brighton tomorrow. I am not guaranteed that they can win because as of right now, the teams that are in the Super League, right, which is Arsenal, bro, they haven't won shit in like a decade. Arsenal is trash, and Arsenal is not in the top 4.
But they somehow always get to UEFA just because off the name.
No, they're not in the Champions League.
They're not in the Champions
League? No,
League?
they're not.
Shit.
Let me explain it to you. The teams that are in the Super League right now, the teams that are not in the Champions League is Man United is not in the Champions League. Juventus is, but they got knocked out.
That's why.
Arsenal was never in to begin with. Tottenham never was in to begin with.
I say Tottenham was in.
Tottenham, yeah. I say Tottenham. I don't know why. And then what else? Oh, AC Milan. Bro, AC Milan is never in the fucking UEFA Champions League.
They've been asked since Ronaldinho left.
So these teams are creating their little shit just so they can like make it easier on themselves and just guaranteeing them a spot in the big game. So if that's the reason why I'm so mad is because like if you look at the tables right now, I can go through the tables. If we're going Premier League, first team in the table is Man City, right? Rightfully so. They got a lot of fucking money, and I'm gonna get into the money. Second is Man United. Sure. Okay. Third, Leicester City. Leicester, whatever. Fourth, West Ham. West Ham of all team.
Both those teams you just named are not that good compared to like the usual top teams.
Right. So if we're talking about English team right now, you're like, wait, where's Liverpool? Liverpool's 6th. Chelsea, we're 5th, and we're in the fucking semifinal, and we're still battling it out to try to get into that top 4 spot so that we make it into the Champions League next year. If we stay at 5th, we're fucking we're playing in the Europa League, bro. Like. So now Liverpool, as of standing, they're not going to be playing in Champions League next year because they're 6th. Tottenham's like 8th.
Oh, okay.
Arsenal is like fucking 10th.
Yeah, that's weird. I mean, yeah, they kind of.
So that's why people are so fucking frustrated with this new system because if you create this, then all the little teams, you're basically saying it doesn't even matter if you win.
But so here's the thing. So supposedly. Real Madrid president Florentino Perez said that basically that the Super League would not be closed and would eventually have a pyramid format for others to join.
No,
but why are teams like Arsenal and like teams that are at the bottom of the Premier League, why do they get the first dibs to join this league if they're not even at the top of their league?
Because it's based off of their evaluation. Even though the teams suck, there's a lot of history behind it. With history and sport comes revenue and fan base. So they have bigger fan base. They're just a bigger team.
Yeah,
they pull in a lot of money.
Teams.
You still see motherfuckers Arsenal jersey or Tottenham or whatever it is because they're just a big team. But that doesn't mean that they're fucking good. Arsenal haven't seen fucking a winning season in a long time. And Tottenham has never won a fucking trophy. Why are they even in that? So this is the reason why football fan is like upset. And I get it. because the difference between football fan in Europe, that's a 4 billion population worth of I can't say this right. That sport alone generate 4 billion fans. Dude, the NFL doesn't even come close. And if you think they come close, you're tripping.
No sport comes close to soccer.
No sport comes close. So that's 4 billion fans. There's only 7 billion people in the world. They have 4 billion fans.
Well, soccer is worldwide, so that's why.
So it's like
it's the only sport that is literally played in every country, on every single continent.
And so back to my point. Yeah, so if you start this shit, so the 12th team will be considered the founding teams, right? And it guarantees them a spot in the show. It guarantees that they will play in the Super League every year. And it's like, but that's not the case how it is now. Like you're not in the show. You know, you're making it easy for yourself. And that's one. Mm-hmm. Another thing is that now, like, if this goes through, UEFA and FIFA, that's another whole shit, because they're not scathed by any means, because they got their own fucking corruption.
Yeah, they're not. I mean, they're the good guys in this situation, but yeah, we already know about UEFA and FIFA. They have their own bullshit they're dealing with, but they're right in this situation.
Right.
What these teams are doing, like, it's not. These teams are just basically, like you said, they're just.
It's basically saying, imagine like if the NFL just said, no, fuck you, Cleveland, fuck you, Orlando Magic, fuck you, that. And then imagine if Canada has their own basketball league and like their best top 5 team, and then just You
said NFL, you meant NBA.
Oh, NBA, yeah. And just fucking join and say, nah, fuck y'all. So like now all the fans from like Cleveland, I'm shitting on Cleveland, but all the fans from like, let's say the Kings or
Detroit,
like you don't mean nothing. You don't even get a shot in the dance. And then
it's basically like if the NBA went and said, okay, so from now on, every year in the playoffs, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Celtics, the Warriors, the Heat, the Bucks, and the Sixers are gonna automatically get in the playoffs just because they're the big name team, and the Nets too, automatically gonna get in the playoffs because they're the big market. The Knicks too. They're all big market teams, and that's what the fans want to see in the playoffs. Even if the Knicks go fucking 0-82,
right,
they automatically get a playoff bid, and that's not fair to the teams who are the lower teams who fight and have a good season and beat these teams,
right,
and deserve that actual spot.
Like,
so yeah, I get it.
We always love an underdog story, and if this happens, there is no underdog story. And like the thing with soccer is like, whenever like a Man City faces Barcelona, it's a fucking big deal because they don't face each other often. But now it's gonna happen every other week. Like that don't mean shit anymore, you know? Like,
I think if this happens, because of the 12 big teams that are in the league, I could see like the first couple weeks the ratings going crazy. But I would say maybe after a month, it's probably gonna die down because it's gonna be okay. Barcelona's gonna play fucking Man U 2 weeks from now. I don't gotta watch this game. I could watch them play each other 2 weeks
suddenly
from now.
every game just seems
it seems like a normal game. It's irrelevant. So
less relevant, right?
Yeah, I get
it. And the thing that people don't know is that like when it comes to European soccer, European football, actually, it's like a religion, especially in England. Like these teams represent the city. Have you noticed all the football team name? Like they're named after the city.
Pretty
like,
much.
It represents the entire city. It's not like these are like hundreds of year old team. Like they're not new teams. I don't even know if it's considered
cities in England. I'm probably like the states or provinces, but still.
No, city. Like Liverpool is a city.
Oh, it's not like a
Chelsea is a city within London.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no. So it's a city. So it's like now that's why in London you have so many teams. You have Chelsea in London. You have fucking
Man U.
No, that's Manchester.
See, Manchester's geography.
Yeah, no, Manchester's Manchester rival is Man City. Manchester City and Manchester United.
Okay.
See?
I get
so
it.
In London, you got Chelsea, you got West Ham, you got Tottenham, you got Arsenal. Like all in the same fucking big city. Like it's so like these like they're super diehard and like imagine like every soccer. I keep saying soccer. every football team in like Europe, their fans is as crazy as like. What's the craziest fans base in America? What's the craziest fan base?
Lakers or Dodgers or Celtics?
Lakers or Dodgers. Yeah, like every team fans base is that crazy. Like America fans base is very like they're not that fucking crazy like how they are in Europe. You know, like they're not like we're not like imagine let's for example, if the Knicks were in England, you know how many protests how they would have burned that fucking stadium down.
They would have
They would have burned that shit down by now.
If the Knicks were in England, they would have killed James Dolan by now.
They would have fucking dragged his head and put it in front of the stadium and be like,
they'd have put that nigga body on a stake and burnt him to death. James Dolan.
Yeah,
you would not be the owner of the Knicks no more. You or your family.
If you ever seen Games of Thrones and that one scene where they cut a bunch of people heads off and they just kind of put them on top of the gates.
That'd have been everybody in the Knicks organization. That would have been
the whole organization on the fucking gates when you get in the stadium. Like that would have not fucking happened. And so I don't know. I don't think you're gonna know this, but now we're gonna get to the point where why we are where we are with European football and like why the money and the greed has gotten like away from the sports and the tradition. It's because let's just go off of Premier League. Did you know that most Premier League teams is owned by American corporate? So Liverpool is one. LeBron James is part ownership of Liverpool, right?
But not even him. The dude that used what's the dude that owns the Rams? Stan Kroenke.
Stan Kroenke is the owner of guess who? Arsenal.
Yeah, but say he's the owner of Arsenal.
Stan Kroenke.
About that.
Stan Kroenke. And my Chelsea is Roman Abramovich, which is that's Russia. Oil. That's oil money.
Doesn't Mark Cuban have stake in a soccer team?
Not in England. I don't think so.
I could be wrong.
No. But so the big teams are Liverpool is by John Henry and Tom Warner. That's Fenway Sports Group. Fenway Sports Group own Boston. If you know anything about that, Manchester City is the dude is owned by Abu Dhabi United Group. So that's oil money. Manchester United, the Glazer family. If you know anything about the Glazer family, guess who owns the Glazer family owns? Guess who?
Heard that name before. I don't know.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought. I was about to say a Florida team, but I wasn't sure.
So and then Newcastle is owned by Mike Ashley, which is Fraser's group, and then some of the other teams owned by Chinese. So Wolves are owned by Chinese. West Bromwich is owned by Chinese, and then Tottenham is owned by Joe Louis. That's really English. Oh, Mike Ashley is English from Newcastle.
Homeboy from Newcastle. That's the only two really English.
That's English. Another thing about Newcastle is they were supposed to sell their team to a Saudi group, one of the rich Saudi guy, and then the league fucking disengaged the deal and didn't approve the deal because the big six, which is Tottenham, Chelsea, Man U, Man City, and Arsenal, and Liverpool, kind of was like, ooh, we didn't want another team to come in with some big money and probably take over and start signing all the fucking players away from us. So now they weren't able to fucking sell the team. But yeah, so it just kind of show you like, so now like these six teams. These 6 teams are the driving force of the Super League, and most of the owners are from the United States. So these guys, you think they give a fuck about the England tradition of football? They don't give a fuck. They just care about money. And like
all they care, I was about to say all they care about is their money. They don't give a fuck about.
Like they look at these teams as like a fucking investment, and the fans there, they look at it like this is my fucking livelihood. Like these like Chelsea, Liverpool. They're in the fucking logo. It say "You'll never walk alone." Like that's their shit, you know. Man United. That's like England. They have like what 90-something million followers on IG, I think, or that's Barcelona, one or other. But
shit, they probably do too.
But like huge fan base that's like really, really old, and so like these motherfuckers are just like are just so greedy, and they just they couldn't get a deal with UEFA, so they're like, you know what, we're gonna go and we're gonna have a new deal with homeboy Chase. You know, with JP Morgan.
That's
so
what I was thinking about earlier.
JP Morgan promised them, I think, 3.4 bill or 4.3 bill if the Super League deal goes through. That's front. You get that right away.
3.4 bill. Jesus Christ.
So they're willing to fund. They're willing to fund it. So these teams already, they're not fucking stupid. They're not willing to announce this without a deal or guarantee any kind of sort of money in order to split from UEFA, because UEFA, whether they like it or not, UEFA is another income for the team. If you win the UEFA, you get another 110 mil.
Exactly.
That's a lot. You can get a lot of more players. You can upgrade your stadium, whatever the case might be. So for anybody in America probably thinking like, oh, this is good. This is a good thing. I get to see fucking Barcelona versus Real, which they already do, but not that many times. But I get to see Man City versus Juventus. I get to see Chelsea versus fucking Barcelona often. Like, to us, to people here, it's probably a good deal because we fucking love seeing super teams. But over there, it's like, now we want to see the Burnley, the Crystal Palace try to fucking beat Liverpool.
The Leeds United.
Right. This weekend alone, Liverpool faced Leeds United. It was tied 1-1.
I think Leeds beat them.
No, it was tied 1-1. And then Arsenal fucking I think lost, or
somebody lost to one of the smaller teams this weekend. I remember seeing it. I don't remember who though.
Shit. Explore more.
I thought it was Leeds that fucking won, but I could be wrong.
No, Arsenal tied with Fulham, and then Man United beat Burnley, but and then Tottenham was tied with Everton. So it's like, and then my own Chelsea, like, literally lost to fucking West Brom 5-2.
Okay, that's what it was. Chelsea.
Like, we lost to them 5-2. So it's like, at the end of the day, like, if it's about competition, like, none of these teams are a guaranteed win. So if this shit goes through, then you said fuck all the small teams. The small teams don't get any money, so they're not gonna get any funds.
Let me play devil's advocate real quick. So I don't really agree with this whole Super League. Like, I think they should just keep it how it is. Like, they're still gonna bring the revenue in and all that. But the reason I can see why they're doing it is, like you said, if you're looking at it from an American perspective, I'm going to just list the 12 teams that are in here. So Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City, Man U, Tottenham, Atletico Madrid. We forgot about them. They're in there too.
Yeah.
Barcelona, Real Madrid, AC Milan, Inter Milan, and Juventus. These 12 teams, not only do they have millions of viewers in Europe and in their respective countries, they have millions of viewers across the ocean, whether it's in Asia, whether it's in America.
Right.
So I could see putting these teams, I could see if they form this league and they get this money from JP Morgan, I could see a deal where,
and also they're gonna get television deal, and they're gonna get ad, and they're gonna get, then it's not just point. It's they're gonna generate, like,
but that's the point,
billions of dollars.
I could see this deal, I could see this league forming, and all of a sudden, even when it's El Clasico and that's Barcelona and Real Madrid, like, even when that game happens, it's not on ESPN, it's on fucking ESPN Deportes, or you gotta have like one of these
Sky Sports.
Yeah, you gotta have one of these soccer channels in order to actually see the game, or you still gotta illegally watch it. I could see with this league, I could see a game where it's a fucking a Wednesday afternoon, a Wednesday night, and we're watching Atletico play Barcelona on ESPN, not ESPN2, not ESPN News. But ESPN, the flagship.
Well, basically what they're fucking doing is, actually all the soccer games are actually on ESPN Plus. So Serie A is on ESPN Plus and Bundesliga is on ESPN Plus.
Which is my point, but that's ESPN Plus. Not everybody can afford ESPN Plus. With this, I can see them putting these just strictly on ESPN. Like, I can go in the ESPN app and just watch it without having to have ESPN Plus.
This is purely a capital venture American standpoint deal right here.
No,
This
yes,
is
100%.
this is them saying, you know what, we like the European market, and we have no doubt that we got the European market by the balls. But now let's go and get that North America market also.
Because you have to think about it. This might just be, and I don't want to like, I'm not saying like conspiracy theory wise, but this might like be a play to make soccer bigger in America. Because I mean, yeah, soccer's big, but like think about it.
I see so many people like, man, I'd rather watch the MLS. They're basically trying to do what the MLS do with the playoff bracket.
No, I don't know about that. I'd rather watch this shit than the MLS.
I know, but the basically what they're doing is like a league with a playoff bracket. Soccer is not a playoff bracket ever. It's
a tournament. It's based off of points.
Yeah,
it's a point system.
It's a point system, and then if it's in the Champions League, then it's a group stage and it's aggregate. You play 2 teams.
But even the group stage and the aggregates and all that, it's still based off of points. Like you win, you get 3 points.
Yeah,
you draw, you get 2,
it's a
you
point
lose,
system.
You get 1. It's all
now
points.
It's a playoff system basically. I don't even know. Are they gonna do like
I mean, it might make it a little more competitive because teams knowing like if you lose and you have 1 or 0 points and you lose and draw your first 2 games and you get 1 point for the loss and then 2 or 1 or you get 0 for the loss and then 1 for the draw, so you only got 1 and another team at the top of your group wins both games. Now there's 6 points up. There's no chance.
But
for you to even get a chance to play into the actual tournament.
But what happens when like half of the teams in the Super League can't even beat the West Ham, can't even beat the Leipzig or Bayern Munich or Borussia Dortmund or PSG because they're not in it?
Well, they're not going to beat Bayern or PSG because those teams are top tier. It's not a guarantee.
Well, but the thing is that if this happens, most likely PSG and Bayern is not in it because they're not in it right now and they don't want to be in it.
Well, they'll be one of the 5 rotating teams. Well, see, that's the thing. They have 5.
You can't have PSG and Bayern as a rotating team.
Yeah, they should be in there every year.
They should be, but they decline to be. They decline to be in it. So how are you going to go through with this Super League without?
But you got to remember
2 of the biggest team also.
I agree. I'm not on the side of the Super League. I'm just playing devil's advocate. But you got to think about it. How do we know that Bayern and PSG and Dortmund didn't want to be in it? But what is the point? Like, I wouldn't want to be in this league if there's no. The whole point is to fuck UEFA and fuck all that other shit. The whole point is to be able to play for your country and play in the World Cup.
Right.
If you can't play in the World Cup and you can't play in the Olympics because you in this league, then what is the point of the league?
Right.
These teams obviously don't care because they're more worried about the money. But I'm thinking that's probably what PSG and Bayern is thinking. If I'm Neymar, I want to play for Brazil. I want to play for my country in the World Cup. I don't give a fuck about playing against Barcelona 2 times a week.
And to soccer play, that's like the highest honor is to play and represent your country.
Not even the Olympics. Fuck the Olympics. The World Cup is the highest honor. That's better than UEFA. That's better than any fucking Premier League championship, any fucking La Liga, Serie A, any of those. It's better. MLS Cup is better than any of that. It's the World Cup. You get the bragging rights. You're the best country in the world when it comes to soccer. So I don't see why teams would want to be in this without when you have that punishment on the line. But I mean, hey.
Yeah, no, I've been watching so many like people like in England and they're all fucking shitting on this, and I get it.
No fans like it,
and I get it because the one point that they brought up is that like They brought up the point that's like, dude, this was announced like after a pandemic when like literally so many teams were fucking like dying and like couldn't fucking like stay alive financially speaking, and like they're gonna do this now, which takes you don't think that it may affect all the other teams, but it's a triggering effect. Like all the other teams suddenly don't get their tickets because now they don't face the Man U, they don't face the Liverpool.
And that was the whole thing that the Real Madrid president was saying that because of the pandemic, like soccer as a whole, like sports as a whole, but just speaking specifically on soccer as a whole, like they lost so much money because of the pandemic. Like they tried to keep it going in the beginning,
right?
Then they had to shut down. So many players, many managers and shit were getting COVID. They had to shut down, so they lost a lot of money. So I could see, we're trying to recoup the money, but these 12 teams, you guys aren't the only ones that lost
money,
a fuck ton of money. Like, don't you think that PSG Bayern Munich.
I could say
the Galaxy, LAFC. Shit, those are big teams, and they might not even be as good. But
every team lost money. So
everybody lost money.
And for them to
I lost money. Like not just y'all, everybody in the whole world lost money. Due to the pandemic.
But the greedy and fucked up part is that like by creating this, like if you follow the Champions League, you know that there's team like Ajax, there's team like FC Porto. There's team like Monaco, Atalanta. Atalanta just beat Juventus this weekend.
Yeah, like
Atalanta made it so far last Champions League. You know, there's those teams that are making it in the Champions League that like are now not gonna get a piece of that Champions League revenue pie.
Well, technically they still are.
They still are, but like.
These teams won't be involved in it no more.
Right, but if these teams aren't going to be involved, how much are you willing to say that people are going to watch the Champions League just as much as they were before?
But how much can we say that people are going to watch this league? Because I've been on social media.
It's like a protest against these 12 teams.
It's not just like FIFA and UEFA. The fans don't want this shit to happen. So how do we know the fans are even going to sit here and watch this shit? I'm talking about Arsenal fans. I'm talking about Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans. Like,
I might have to switch teams. That's going to be tough because I don't know who I'm going to pick.
Like, I might have to go. Slope. Like I said in the text messages, I think this all has to do with the soccer CBA. I don't even know if soccer has a CBA, but no, I'm pretty sure they have to get something.
I might have to be a PSG fan.
They have to get something worked out.
No, I can't be a PSG fan. I might have to be maybe a Dortmund. Nah, I don't want to be a Dortmund.
I don't see how Ronaldo would agree to this. I know Ronaldo loves to play for Portugal.
He hasn't spoke out, but I don't think a lot of players hasn't spoke out, but a few who has spoke out. They didn't like it. Thiago Silva didn't like it.
He plays for Barca?
No. Thiago Silva plays for Chelsea right now.
Yeah, he plays for Chelsea. My fault.
Bruno Fernandes, Man U didn't like it. So a few, the more Jurgen Klopp, the Liverpool coach, didn't fucking like it.
I know Mo Salah wants to play for Egypt whenever he gets the fucking chance. He's on Liverpool, right?
Yeah, he's on Liverpool.
I don't know. I wonder how he feels.
Yeah, no, a lot of players are going to have to rethink about this because, like, now they can't play for the country.
Oh, go ahead and send me on loan to somewhere.
This fight is going to take a long time. It's going to go to court because UEFA and FIFA is going to fight this through. You think they're going to fucking let this shit slide? They're not going to let this shit slide. And you think these billionaires, entrepreneur, capital venture, American motherfucker care? They're going to take that shit to court, too. But the thing is,
I don't think they're gonna win.
But I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna win because it comes down to the fans. The diehard European football fans, they will fucking protest like it's a fucking civil war riot, like for their football. Like you think people protest in America for equality, bro? They will protest more.
Them motherfuckers overseas do not play about soccer. No, you're right,
bro. If they start fucking with their sport, they will protest like it's a World War III.
I don't see this happening, but the reason, you know why I don't see this happening, because if I'm using common sense and logic, and I could be wrong, but I just feel like the whole goal of this is what I said earlier, is to make soccer bigger in America.
Right.
I don't think soccer is gonna ever be
big in America
how it is in Europe because we have too many other sports. We have football.
We have a whole sport that's literally with the same name, copy the same schedule, and copy the same platform. Football.
Yeah, we got football.
Football plays on Saturday and they have Monday night. You know where do they get that shit from?
Soccer.
No,
you're right. Soccer is on Mondays and Saturdays and Sundays too.
And Sunday. They dropped the whole system.
We got football
and the name.
We got football, basketball, baseball, hockey, tennis, golf, skateboarding, snowboarding, BMXing, fucking UFC, fucking slap contest now. We got all types of sports. Ping pong. Okay. When the people stand across the table, he's smacking the dog shit out of each other. That's a sport now. We got fucking ultimate frisbee, table tennis, fucking.
Bro, okay. Like, now you're going down the barrel.
Swimming, water polo, lacrosse.
Now you're going down to
volleyball,
the barrel.
But that's the point. Like a lot of these sports that I just named, maybe table tennis.
Did you say baseball yet?
Yeah, I said baseball. But maybe certain sports
baseball is kind of ancient. But
maybe like baseball, actual tennis, table tennis, ping pong, whatever you want to call it. Certain sports are also overseas, but they're not as big.
Yeah.
In America, we have so many sports that are big because it's so many different backgrounds. So like, I never see soccer getting as big how it is overseas, how it is in Europe, it's never going to be that big in America. And I think that's the whole end game for this league, but I don't see it happen. I really don't.
Yeah, no. I don't see it happening too. But yeah, no, that shit just got me fired up. I don't think I ever yelled as much, but
I feel like this would suck though, because if they do this, the World Cup, and when is the World Cup? Next year? 2 years from now?
2024, I believe.
3 years from now?
No, 2022.
So it's next year in Qatar or wherever.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I don't think it's there no more, but that's where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
That shit is gonna be so shitty if we can't see fucking Ronaldo, we can't see Messi, we can't. I'm just naming up the teams. So Ronaldo, Messi, Atletico, Griezmann.
No, Griezmann's in Barcelona.
Okay, well still Barcelona's there. So Griezmann, then Chelsea, we got homeboy from USA, Christian
Pulisic.
Yeah, we got him.
Sadio Mane.
We got
Salah.
Mo Salah, Mane,
De Bruyne.
all these big players that play on these teams.
Sterling.
Raheem Sterling or whatever his name is. We got all these
Robert Lewandowski. Oh wait, no, he's gonna be playing because Bayern. Yeah.
But still, like, that's still a lot of players that we
That's
named that are missing.
Harry
out of the World
Kane.
Cup.
He's never gonna win a title being at Tottenham.
Yeah,
but
he needs
whatever.
to leave. I don't know why he's still there, but still,
Yeah.
like, that's so many big names that are missing out. That'd be like if it was the playoffs, and in the playoffs, the Lakers, the Nets, the Bucks, the Sixers, and the Warriors all missed.
Yeah.
But they still got the same stars. So we don't see no LeBron, no AD, no Steph, no KD, no Kyrie, no James, no Joel, no Ben, no Giannis,
Yeah.
no Jimmy Butler. Like, that's so many players.
Well, right now do
you imagine how low the
right
playoff
now
ratings
England
would be?
the England government said that they're gonna step in, and it's kind of funny. This is kind of funny
Because this is why they're gonna step in, because this is
hurting their economic state. Actually.
Not even well that too, but the only example I can compare this to is like back in the days when like oil companies and shit were monopolized, when oil companies had all the money and they was just buying shit, and then we had in America we made the law for like monopoly. Basically, everything can't just be owned by like one group of people.
Yeah, exactly.
This is almost falling under the sense of that. Like these teams are basically taking all the money for themselves and leaving everybody else out to dry just because everybody had one bad year.
Right. And you know why UEFA and FIFA is and people are fighting back? It's like people get real aggressive when their pockets hurt, and also people get real aggressive when you start pissing off some white people. Don't fuck with no white people in they sport now. Let's be at England.
Don't fuck with no Europeans in they sport. I want to white people because it's not just white people.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. I was a joke.
I get you, but still, don't fuck with. You can't fuck with Europeans in soccer.
You
I don't give a fuck if
that's
they
literally like
from the UK.
That's
from
literally
Spain.
that's literally like you go to America and you try to fuck with football, but times 3. Times 3, bro.
This is like this isn't even the same like type of thing, but I can compare this to like how people say in America they don't want politics in sports. This is like that, but like times 10. Like nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck if you don't want politics. Bro, nobody in sports, really. But this is just fucking up the whole integrity of the sport.
Nobody really had the audacity here to go to their home team stadium or to go to a sports stadium and like protest or hang banners. They would do that in a heartbeat. Like,
they'll fuck that. Fuck that. They'll fuck the stadium up.
They will burn that stadium down, bro. And actually, okay. Enough of that. We're gonna be right back. I'm gonna shut off my fucking dog because he's been barking like crazy. Yeah, it's about greed again. Stupid Lakers and their stupid Spectrum deals, and the Dodgers. I fucking hate it. When they did that, I was like, man, I guess I'm not watching it anymore because it cost me so much fucking money.
For all you Dodger fans watching, I hope you guys never win a motherfucking World Series again, you pieces of shits. I hate y'all so much.
Oh yeah, I'm on the same boat. You know, we the two motherfuckers that always in the group chat.
They fucking suck.
Like, y'all gonna choke. And we were right. Literally like for 4, 5, 6 years until last year. And I was like, oh my God. Literally when they won
last year, only because of Kobe.
I wanted to go high under a rock when they won. I was just like, oh, literally every year I will win this bet except this fucking year. Are you fucking kidding me? Like Kershaw decided to not finally choke for the first time in a long time. And then they I'm still upset. But no, it's not going to happen again.
Fuck the Dodgers.
But yeah, speaking of that, speaking of sports, because that's what we're talking about. Can we talk about the MVP of the league right now?
My guy Steph.
Yeah, we got to talk about Steph, man.
Let's
that man been balling out, and I think people don't give him enough credit still. I don't know how. Two-time MVP, one-time unanimous MVP, and still people don't give him credit.
I'm so fucking sick of the Steph hate. Like, I'm so sick of it. Like, averaging 31 points per game, 49% from the field, 42 from three, 92 from the 3-point line. Fucking the Warriors are what? We're ninth place right now, and he's basically keeping us in the playoffs or in the
without him
in the play-in tournament.
Nothing.
We are still this season. There's a play-in tournament,
right?
We're ninth, so we get in that play-in tournament right now. Without Steph, we showed that we could win without Clay. No offense, we still need Clay, obviously.
No. You need Clay.
No, we do need Clay. I'm not trying to say
you need Clay more than you ever need Clay ever.
No, I wasn't trying to say that. But my point is, with Clay is hurt and Steph is still leading us to the playoffs, and he's like. He got MVP like consideration in the beginning, but all that died down, and I don't understand it because he's still going crazy. The past 10 games, he's averaging 39.1 points, shooting 54 from the field, 48 from three, and 90 from the 3-point line.
That's nuts. 47 from three? 47% from three, right?
No, 48.9. So
48.9, 49. Yeah. Oh, it
49
changed?
From three.
The last time I checked, it was like 47.
Yeah, I'm reading this article from Magic Johnson was talking about how Steph Curry's the obvious MVP. But the last 10 games, because the last...
Who else could it be? Literally,
Joel is the only person I think.
Yes.
Not Luka, not Dame. Maybe Dame. Maybe Dame. But only those three.
Dame.
Only those three. But not LeBron, not Luka, nobody
I can make a case for Steph more just because, like, we literally see the difference when he's not there to when he's there. Compared to Joel and
Dame. No, that's true.
Where their team could still hang around, could still win some games, but without Steph, man, they get blown out by 20, 30 points. And like, what you gonna say they have Draymond? Like, what is Draymond doing besides setting picks and passing the ball?
Draymond does more. He gets rebounds. He plays defense. He sets picks, but he doesn't score.
He's a irreliable person on offense.
Offense, if you're talking about scoring wise, yes, he's unreliable. You can't expect Draymond to get more than 8-10 points a game.
Right.
On a good night, he might get 15, but that's all you can expect.
If I'm a coach, man, if I'm a coach in this day and age, and you ask me, would you rather want like a Draymond type where super good defense, doing everything, but just not good offensively or free throws or I now day and age, I would take the good offense over the good defense and hustle play because I would then I can kind of scheme around that somehow where I'm like I can fit and plug a little bit more in, but I just know that if my offense is dynamic, then the defense was somehow like
it's not necessary.
It's not as to be honest.
I wouldn't say that.
I'm gonna say this: defense ain't that important in basketball anymore. It's not
in the regular season. Don't do that. No. They play defense in the playoffs. I get motherfuckers don't play defense in the regular season, but in the playoffs, them motherfuckers strap up and start actually playing defense. So I would say no. I wouldn't say I would just pick the Draymond player right away. It would have to depend who's on my team that I'm building around.
An alright defensive player, but give me an offense. That's probably how I would go. But yeah, go back to Steph.
Most players that are like Draymond actually can score on offense. Like, okay, I'll give you two players that are like Draymond. Lonzo. Yes, Lonzo does everything just like Draymond, except for he actually scores. And then
Zion? No, Zion does more. No,
Zion does not do more than Lonzo. We're not doing that. Or Draymond. I would say like a Lonzo type player, like a like Luka in a sense. LeBron, these type of players, most of those players, and those are just like three.
Drummond,
those are three like anomalies. Well, Drummond's not really a playmaker. Draymond could fuck around and get you 10 assists.
True. Jokic, but he's offensive though too.
But that's what I'm saying.
But he has a full package.
All the other players that I would put that you can put in Dray, I might be missing some players, and people, if I'm missing someone, put it in the comments. But
yeah,
but like those Draymond type players, all outside of Draymond. actually can score offensively. They're actually threats. So
Right.
I wouldn't know. I would say if I'm choosing a build, it would have to depend what I have around me.
But going back to Steph and
Yeah,
making
going
a
back to
case
Steph.
for him being the MVP, I know fucking Max was shooting on Steph this morning.
Max
He
used
was
to stick the boxes
literally
sometimes.
Max was like, yeah, I can see that. I agree with you, but I can name so many players above Steph, and it goes with by the name of KD, James Harden, LeBron James. I'm like, dude, we're not talking about.
He's talking about
overall,
players.
we're talking about
Hold on.
now.
He's talking about players that have been hurt all season.
Right. He literally, bro, his point was, when KD was playing with Steph, we clearly see who was the better player. And I'm like, yes, we know KD's a better player, but we're talking about right now, you dumbass.
And that's still debatable.
It's
right,
still,
right now, that's still
Steph,
debatable. And
I think,
and I'm not.
I think
hold on,
Steph
hold on,
was just being too kind and
let me-
passing the ball all the damn time.
And let me preface that with saying that KD is still KD. So I won't do that. But come on now, like it's Steph. Like people have to learn how to respect Steph. He's on that level of the KDs, the LeBrons, He's better than Luka. He's better than Dame. I don't give a fuck what they bring to the table. We're not gonna do that.
He's better than Dame. This Dame talk, just because she shoots from the logo, gotta go.
No, Dame is nice. Don't do that.
Dame is nice.
The Blazers suck.
You not
The Blazers
comparing.
suck.
You not comparing Dame to Steph.
He's not Steph yet.
No, he not Steph. And whoever says Kyrie is better than Steph, no, don't even do it.
Kyrie's not better than Steph.
No, he's not. I think Steph is
Kyrie's a
top.
better dribbler than Steph, but overall player, no.
Yeah, but I can even argue.
And you can argue that Steph
I can even argue Steph is a better handler of the
I
ball.
wouldn't say that.
But no, okay.
Okay. If you have to put top ball handlers, I would say Kyrie is like 1A, Steph is
1B.
and then Steph and AI are like 1B.
But I can argue where Steph is better is because
their
style is different.
It's completely different, yes.
Right. Kyrie is more like if somebody you see at the ballpark, like Rutgers and like
he got the
just
and one handle.
The and one handle. But Steph is like the smooth, silky, and he gets people because his shots is so great with that hesitate.
Exactly. Like Steph can have the ball on the string.
And it's like sneaky, tricky.
Yes, don't get me wrong. Steph has the ball on the string just like Kyrie. But the difference between Kyrie and Steph is Steph could do some of the shit that Kyrie does and still pull up after. He could put the ball behind his back, catch it right here, pull that shit, and it's going to still be cash. Kyrie might be able to do that, but it's not a guarantee.
Right.
When you do that, it's not
Kyrie
like, that's
better,
going in.
Would you say Kyrie's better at finishing around the hoop than Steph? I actually, now I'm saying that Steph is really good at finishing around the hoop too, though.
Don't get me wrong. Steph has gotten way better at finishing around the hoop, and he got stronger this year, and he's got better. The spin that Kyrie puts on the ball is ridiculous.
I know. Yeah, he's able to like bank off of layups.
Bro floats in the air, getting contact layups, fucking just throwing like this. And
under the basket.
Steph could do that too, but Kyrie
right.
A whole.
Hey, but that Steph basket, the three with the left hand.
That was nice, but that was luck. I'm sorry, that was luck. That's luck. That wasn't like he got fouled and said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna aim at the basket, but I'm gonna throw it up."
If Steph made it ain't luck.
I don't know about that. That was luck.
I mean, after
Kyrie's out here.
He made 101 3, 101 or some 100 something threes.
Kyrie is out here doing contact layups, switching the ball at the very last second and flicking that shit right before his foot touched the ground, and that shit's going in.
I don't know.
Kyrie is different when it comes to
Kyrie is different, but I just like how smooth Steph is better, though. I'm sorry. With his shift and change of pace where it doesn't look fast, but it's very tricky and it gets opponents every time. But I mean, to me, like they're up there, they're 1-1. No, because there's just different style of handle.
They're on the same level, just different styles. But the difference with Steph is, like you said, like Kyrie's not a bad 3-point shooter, so I won't even say that he's a great 3-point shooter. He's not on Steph's level. He's good. He's not on Steph or Dame level. But the thing is, when it comes to Steph, like Kyrie, you can sometimes put defense on him, and he might miss that contested three. With Steph, like you never fucking know. Like, you have to be on him, smothering him at all times. Because if not, 9 times out of 10, that three ball's going in.
Yeah. So the threat of a Steph jumper is just so high that it makes his handles so much better than
that's true.
I'm not even gonna say than what it is, because it's fucking great what it
He
is.
has some of the best handles in the league. Steph,
Right.
It goes Kyrie, Steph, then like the CP3s, the Trey Youngs, the John Wall, whoever else got good handles, like John Morant. I don't know. I can't think of the dudes, but Steph and Kyrie.
Who else is a sneaky handler?
Oh shit, Kimba. I'm not about to disrespect
Kimba's
Kimba.
nice. Yeah, Kimba's
Kimba,
nice.
it's like it goes Steph, Kyrie. If we're talking about just currently,
right.
I would say Steph and Kyrie are in a tier of their own, and then maybe Kimba's and Crisp and CP3 are in a tier of their own. And
Harden got a nice handle.
Okay, so Steph, Kyrie, then Kimba, CP3, and Harden, then everybody else.
Yeah,
I would say that.
Harden got a nice handle.
Yeah, Harden has a great handle.
Has a super weird jerky motion of handle, but yeah, Steph is hands down MVP, and I don't know whoever thinks is any other person that tripping.
I'm not even trying to be biased because I'm a Warriors fan, but I don't really see how
Joel is.
The only person I can see really winning over Steph is Joel, and that's the only person. If anybody,
but you can argue Joel has a great team besides just him.
But he's been going stupid.
I know he has been.
He's been going stupid. So I could see Joel. Anybody else, I can't see because KD's been hurt, Bron's been hurt, AD's been hurt. The Blazers are still a middle of the road team like they always are. So you can't really put Dame. Luka's been Luka, but the Mavericks are still always a middle of the road team as the Mavericks. So you can't really put him. So I would have to put Steph. Yeah. I get the MVP usually goes to the team like Giannis. Like he had a historical season, and the fucking Bucks had the best record that year, but Steph is playing so different this year. I don't see how you couldn't give him the MVP.
Right.
He doesn't have KD because KD left 2 years ago, obviously. Clay was supposed to be back, and then he tore his Achilles, so he didn't have Clay this year. This nigga's playing with James Wiseman, who's out for the rest of the season, and a whole bunch of rookies outside of Kelly Oubre and Draymond
Andrew Wiggins, who's a bust.
Andrew Wiggins. No, don't do that. Andrew Wiggins been balling for us. Don't do that.
Whatever.
He's been nice. He's been doing exactly what we need him to do. Score the ball and play defense when we need him to. He's been playing
pretty boy. Fuck.
Kelly Oubre.
Cal Oubre can't knock it down on a three for his.
He's been playing better since the beginning of the season.
Man, you just a real because
I watched
over here.
Kelly Oubre, he's still a little inconsistent because he's not starting because Andrew Wiggins is starting, but he's starting to find his role.
So, as a Warriors fan, like, what are the necessary moves that you need to make coming next season in order to like put yourself in that top three of the West?
Stay healthy.
You think stay healthy, keep Andrew and Oubre, make no trade, bring Wiseman back.
Wiseman is coming back. He's a rookie. And have you seen? Yeah,
I know. I'm not. I didn't say like bring Wiseman back, like who's leaving. Like having Wiseman back and Klay Thompson back. Like you think that team is top three? I think you need
yes.
I
think, yes, 100%.
I think you need a trade.
No, we don't.
Flip
trade Oubre.
Flip Oubre or Wiggins.
No, keep Wiggins
for another piece.
No, Wiggins has been way more consistent this season.
Or maybe buffer up that bench.
Our bench is good. Juan Toscano Anderson, but he's injured right now, but he's been a great. The thing is, Steve Kerr noted this season is basically.
You need another big man though.
We got Kevon Looney. Kevon Looney is solid for us coming off the bench. Cause see, next year James Wiseman is gonna start, so Kevon Looney's coming off the bench. He's gonna be way better coming off the bench than he is starting. And he's not a bad starter.
Right.
Get rid of Oubre because we really don't need him because we got.
So
Wiggins.
Who's your sixth man?
Who's our sixth man? Juan Toscano Anderson. What I was
you okay, say
listen,
that?
Hold on, listen. This you have to look at the stats. Juan Toscano, Kent Bazemore too. Both of those dudes, no, they've been playing good. Juan Toscano Anderson is actually Go look at the stats. Go look at the
we not naming Kent Bazemore who goes from team to team to team
as
to
a six
team
man.
to
he'll
team.
be solid though,
bro.
No, he'll be solid. But here,
bro,
listen,
he changed.
Hear me out.
He changed teams more than I changed my underwear.
Hear me out. Juan Toscano Anderson has actually been good for us.
Right.
Coming off the bench, he's one of our best role players. But the thing is, Steve Kerr noted this season is a wash, so he hasn't been giving him the minutes.
It's a wash? It's still in the play.
We're not winning this season. Even if we go to the playoffs, we're not winning. Let's be realistic.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so listen to me.
As a coach, you still want to make it to the playoffs.
I understand that. We're gonna beat whoever team. You think we're gonna lose to Memphis in a play-in tournament?
No, of course not.
Exactly. So stop it. So, anyways, he's not playing Juan Toscano Anderson, but when Juan plays, he actually does work. He plays defense, and then we got Damian Lee, All he has to do is stand in the corner. Don't roll your eyes.
No. He's a solid bench. He's a solid bench runner. He's a solid.
Damian Lee is nice. All we need him to do is hit threes. Like besides the fact that he's Steph Curry's brother-in-law, he's actually solid. Like we got a good bench. It's not the best bench in the league. I'm not gonna say that. It's probably not even close to the best bench in the league. But we got a bench to where if we get Clay back, if we get Wiseman back, and Draymond could go back to doing Draymond shit and not having to really overwhelm himself as much.
Right.
I think we could still be a top 3, maybe a top 5 team in the West. I don't give a fuck about. I'm not scared of Dallas. I'm not scared of Utah, and I'm not scared of the Clippers. I'm only worried about the Lakers and I guess the Lakers and Utah.
Okay.
I'm not worried about the rest of those teams in the West. It's Steph Curry and it's Klay Thompson, and Klay Thompson healthy is a fucking robot.
Yeah, no, I feel like he's gonna come back and he's not gonna be any different. Because he doesn't really need that explosive.
Yeah,
I don't really want to see Klay try to go up there and dunk anymore. You good, Klay? Just stay on the ground and pop.
That was a bad fall, and it wasn't on Danny Green. It wasn't a dirty play. That was just an awkward situation when he tore his ACL.
You can kind of see when he went off for that dunk, like it was like, oh, this landing is gonna hurt, and then when he landed, it was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna be okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like it was a dirty play. It was just a bad landing. Like you can't do like that. I could go play basketball tomorrow and go for a layup and land that same way and tear my ACL and be done for a year. Like it just happens sometimes. Like you can't do shit about that.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, man. That's it for this episode. Steph
wait. We gotta talk about Kobe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's talk about Kobe. So pretty much, for y'all who don't know, Kobe's deal with Nike is over. So what that means is, I'm gonna go ahead and read the article for y'all. Skim through it. So pretty much, Kobe.
Make sure you leave Engerson a spot on any Kobe drops because he wants more Kobe's.
I don't give a fuck about the sneakers app. I'll pay extra for that shit. I'm not about to waste my time with that. But pretty much, on April 13th of this month of this year, Kobe's deal with Nike ended, and Vanessa Bryant didn't resign. Pretty much, I don't give a fuck if she didn't resign. It was more out of Kobe didn't want to resign. He was done with Nike. He went to start his own Mamba shoe company.
And they started the company, right? They already kind of licensed the name and
they licensed the name and everything, but they didn't really start the company. But they trademarked the name and shit, so no one could use Mamba or whatever. So pretty much, Kobe's deal is over with Nike, so he's a free agent. Rest in peace, Kobe. So pretty much, there's still a couple shoes for Kobe has to come out this year. I think the last one is, I could be wrong, I think the last one is the Hall of Fame 6s. Those come out, I want to say, towards the end of the year, like November, December. So once those Hall of Fame 6s come out, there's going to be no more new Nike. There's going to be no more Kobe drops for Nike. Even if it's, I think that even includes like retros. So at this point, Kobe's are about to start going up. But my thing is, I really hope that the estate, which is basically Vanessa Bryant and the family, I hope that they can get that Mamba shoe company going, because I'm pretty sure there's still a lot of shoes that Kobe wanted to make. And I'm pretty sure the people who are working with Kobe could bring that to life for him. So pretty much all this is a little quick topic like for Kobe, because everybody loves Kobe. I already got my Grinches, so I'm chilling, but I want some more Kobe. So for y'all who love Kobe, this is just a heads up for y'all. Y'all better start looking, because by the end of the year, all them shits is going to be more than 1,000, because that shit's about to skyrocket. So be on the lookout, be ready, because if we don't get a Mamba shoe, if he doesn't get his own company, that Mamba shoe company, it's over with. Them shits is going to be 10,000 per Kobe. So
Nike's hurt because they didn't renew the contract. Nike's like, fuck, man.
But Kobe wasn't going to renew it even if he was alive.
We would like to
I wish Kobe was still here personally.
Just milk this Kobe train as long as possible. Especially now, every Kobe drop is a success. So it's like
ridiculous. And then Vanessa did the thing where she makes sure everybody in LA gets Kobe's. We have first priority with the new drops and everything. So that's cool. But Kobe didn't want to be with Nike no more. He said that himself.
Yeah, he didn't want to support the slave labor anymore.
He wanted to start his own player-owned shoe company for the Mamba brand. So I'm hoping that they can get that done. I'm hoping that somebody will reach out to Vanessa and try to get that done. If not, I mean, Kobe still blessed us with so much heat. So I don't mind saving up, having to pay $5,000 for a pair of Kobe's. Personally.
Oh hell no.
Shit, if I got to, it's some Kobe's.
I'm alright.
I don't care.
I don't got $5,000 for no pair of shoes. No way in hell I'm paying $5,000 for a pair of shoes. Even for my beloved Kobe, shit, I'm not paying $5,000 for no shoes. The way these stocks
starting to hit, I'll pay $5,000 for some Kobe's. But
no, I'll buy more coins with more gains. But anyways,
but basically RIP Kobe. And that was the end of that. But yeah, his deals with Nike's up, so don't expect no new Kobe's to come out next year.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of fail on sneakers.
Yeah, everybody's gonna go crazy. So everything you see this year, y'all better be on it. That was just a heads up for y'all.
Yeah, could people even like camp? Is that even a thing?
Nah, it's not camping out. You got to get online now.
Oh, okay. So they don't do camping no more. Nobody about to fucking camp.
It's all raffles. You have to win the raffle. There's no camping out. So if you don't win the raffle, there's no point in you standing in line in the store.
I never get that culture. I never get the sneaker culture. So I'm like, bro, I'm not about to work and wake up and try to get the sneakers. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, but the reason, it doesn't. It's not gonna get like if I was single, I would never look at it like these shoes gonna get me laid.
You're looking at it through just like.
I love shoes. Now I used to love shoes so much.
You're looking at it through a blind point of view. You have to look at
blind.
I'm not saying. Okay, listen to me. Hear me out. When it comes to Jordans, when it comes to Kobe's, when it comes to these like real rare shoes, people
do they do that for LeBrons?
No, because LeBrons aren't. Like,
nobody give a fuck.
Like LeBrons are nice, but they're not raffle. Maybe certain ones like the classic, like nines.
LeBron's got to make some better shoes. All his shoes trash.
Don't do that. The nines are classics.
No,
we're not listening to him. Anyways, like I was saying,
the six.
Listen, six is true. The Zoom generations, all those old LeBrons are retros. Yeah, so they do raffles for those.
All the new ones. Trash.
The whole point of raffles is because
KD trash. The new ones.
I'm not listening to him. Be quiet. Let me finish.
New KDs are trash.
The whole point of raffles, the reason they do the sneaker raffles and all that bullshit is because they sick of people walking out, camping out.
And getting like 10 pairs at a time.
No, not even that. Because people use bots to get the 10 pairs. They're sick of people camping out, being there on time, waiting the days or waiting however long they wait, getting the shoes, and then walking to their car and getting robbed.
Right.
The whole point of the raffle is there ain't no point for you to come to the store.
But now the robots.
Okay, I rather fuck the bots. Whatever the robots.
The bots are getting your shit.
I'd rather them take that shit over than people going to the store and actually waiting in line, getting these shoes, and then they're walking to the parking lot getting robbed or possibly getting killed over a pair of Jordans or a pair of Kobe. And see,
this is why. Wait for it. You need guns. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right, that's the end of this episode. All right, we out. Can't Tell Me Nothing podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe. We're out. Check us out for the next episode. Tuesdays, Thursday, and clips every other day. All right.